Hi friends, I'm Parvez and this is our 12th video in Python programming language. As we have already used Python 3.9 in this course, so now it's time to talk about some new features in Python 3.9. So Python 3.9 was introduced in November and 5th November of 2020. So there has been some new improvements on Python language from two new methods of merge and update on dictionary class, introduction of new string methods, and Zoneinfo library up to number of new features have been added. Also a new stable and high performant parser has been introduced in Python 3.9. So if you see python.org, you can see that there has been different new features like dictionary merge and update operators, and new string methods, type hinting generic and standard collection, new parser. Now in the new modules we have Zoneinfo. So we are going to just talk about some of them in this video. So now first we are going to just talk about a merge and update. So dictionary merge and update operators. Now we can use this merge and update operator have been added to the built-in dict class. So now let me just first create two dictionaries in here. For example, I have dict1 and this is my first dictionary, and let me just add data in here. For example, last name, and okay, now let me just create another dictionary, dict2. So in here I'm going to just add an email. Okay, now before this, if we want to merge these two dictionaries, there were different methods. For example, let me just show you. So we can use the unpack operator for merging these two dictionaries. For example, we can just say we can use this two asterisks, and we can use dict1 and dict2. Okay, now if I print dict3, you can see that our dictionaries are merged. So you can see we have a new dictionary, and now we have three key value pair in this dictionary. Now also you can use update. For example, we can just say dict1 dot update dict2. So we are going to update dict1 and we want to add dict2 in the dict1. Now if I print dict1, you can see that I am receiving the updated result of dictionary in here. Now you can see that merge dictionary merge and operator and update operators. So we have this this is for the merging and this is for the updating. Operators have been added into the built-in dict class. Now those complements the existing dict.update and also this methods of merging dictionaries that we have used in here. Now let's use the new way for Python 3.9. So first we are going to just do our merging, and we want to merge our these two dictionaries. So in here I'm going to just create dict3, and we can just use dict1, and we want to add this symbol, this pipe symbol, dict2. Now if I print dict3, let me just print, you can see that we have our new dictionary in here and it's merged. Now for the updating, so let me just say updating. For this we can use another symbol. If you see, we can use this symbol in here. So it's used for updating. Now we can just say dict1. So we want to update dict1 and we want to add dict2 in the dict1. Now if I print dict1, so you can see that I have the merged the updated dictionary in here. Now another new feature in Python 3.9 is string methods for removing prefix and also suffix. Now if you come down in Python documentation, so you can see that new string methods to remove prefixes and also suffixes. So we can use this remove prefix and also remove suffix have been added to easily remove an unneeded prefix or a suffix from a string. So now let's just create this example. Let me just remove this. And here, for example, I'm going to just say print, and now I can use remove. So in here I can just say dot remove prefix. Now you can see that we can remove prefix, and I want to remove PA. Now if I run this, so you can see that we don't have the PA in here. Now you can use suffix, also you can use remove suffix. So print, for example, I can add dot remove suffix, and we can add, for example, izeit. And if we run this, you can see that we have this result in here. Another new feature in Python 3.9 is type hinting generics in standard collections. Now if you see the documentation of Python, so you can see in type hinting generics in standard collections and type annotations, you can now use built-in collection types such as list and dict as generic types instead of importing the corresponding capitalized types list or dict from typing. Now let me just show you what I mean. So let me just use this example from here. So first let me just do this in Python 3.7. So now in here I'm using Python 3.7, and you will know that what I mean. So in here I'm going to just create a method of div greet all, and we can add names, and in here, for example, I'm going to just add list str. So now if I say for name in names, and I can just print the name in here, so hello, I can add the name. Now I can call my this greet all function, and I can add, for example, let me just say hello world. Okay, now if I run this, you can see that I'm receiving an error. The type object is not subscriptable. Now if I import in here, so from typing we are going to import list, and now if I add list in here, and now if I run this, you can see that we are not receiving any error, and we are receiving our result in here. Now you can see that what it's meaning. It's telling that you can now use built-in collection types such as list and dict as generic types instead of importing the corresponding capitalized list. So now in Python 3.9, instead of importing this list from typing, we can use directly. Okay, now let's use this example in Python 3.9, and let me just copy this code from here. So now this is Python 3.9, and now this time we're going to use our list in here. So now we don't need to import from, as we have done in here, from typing import list. Now we don't need to do this. You can just use this directly. Now if I run this, you can see that I am receiving hello world, and there is no problem. Now if I remove this, if I add, for example, add a number in here, you can see that I am receiving type hinting. For example, it's telling that expected type list str got list end instead. Alright, now another new feature that we are going to just talk, that's Zoneinfo module. So the Zoneinfo module brings support for IANA time zone database to the standard library, and it adds zoneinfo.zoneinfo concrete datetime.tz info implementation backed by the system's time zone data. So now let me just create an example for this. So if you're using Mac or Linux, you can just use this code directly, but if you're not using Mac or Linux, you're using Windows, you need to install another library that's called tz data. So we can just you can just say pip install and tz data. so tz data, and it will be installed. So now in here, the first thing I need, I'm going to just import from Zoneinfo. So we can just say from Zoneinfo import Zoneinfo, and also from datetime we are going to import datetime. Now we can just say datetime, and in here we can add the date and the month, and also the so this is the year, this is the month, and this is the date, and also we can add a hour in here. Now we can use our tzinfo, so tzinfo, and we can just use Zoneinfo in here, so Zoneinfo. And now you can add, so let me just add this Los Angeles from here. Let me just copy this and paste it in this section. Okay, now if I print dt, so if I run this, so you can see that I am receiving this time zone, and I can just say print dt.tzinfo, and also we can print dt.tzname. So we can just say like this. Okay, so now if I run this, you can see that we are receiving this result in here. So like this, you can work with some new features on Python 3.9. And if you want the source code, you can just check my website, geekscoders.com.